Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Aquarius for July 2021. Keep in mind, my friend, time is fluid, so whatever message that we're picking up on today, it may be something that's from a past life, something that is happening now, or something that hasn't happened yet. Just take it how it resonates for you, my friends. Don't make it fit. If it's not for you, go about your day. But no matter what happens throughout this reading, no matter what cards come up, it's still up to you, my friends, and your active free will. The choices you make in this world, the steps you take towards getting the fulfillment that you'd like to see. To me, that's personal power. That's personal freedom, because it lies at the tips of our fingers and at the soles of our feet. So use that power to do wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers, I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Big shout out to all you guys. Thank you for being here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like at the end of this reading, if it feels like it resonates and you'd love to see more of it, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along this ride. And guys, if you do like the video, help me out. Give it a thumbs up. Help circulate the message to someone else who may need this as well. I truly appreciate all your support. Before I get into the cards, I'm going to call in Spirit. So I'm going to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Gabriel, as well as my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective watching. I invite them to join us now. So before I move into the cards as well, I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible in delivering messages that are only for your highest good. No second-rate messages here today. So I'm going to start off first with the Self-Love Oracle. My hubby got me for Christmas. That's kind of cool. So we're going to see one thing this week, or this month, that you should know. We get a few. So, quite a bit here. The gift of knowing, your third eye chakra. I feel like Spirit's already saying, one thing that this month or going forward, because it's not necessarily just for July, it's just the message coming through right now, is to trust your instincts and trust that inner knowing that you have. If something feels off to you, trust that. If something feels like this is where you're supposed to go, but you have no idea how you're going to get there, trust that too. Sometimes Spirit gives us such a wide, huge idea and this huge picture of what's going to happen, but we're not quite sure on the practicality, on the steps to get there on the daily basis. So here's what I'm hearing is follow your intuition. It says in here, wake up to your true self. And following our internal guidance, I feel like really helps us to be that person that we're meant to be the most authentic version of ourselves. Breathe in Prana, heart chakra. Breathe in that good ass Prana, baby. If any of you guys watch Infinite Waters, that is who I'm hearing right now. That peace. Breathe in that good ass Prana. Breathe in the air. Breathe in that energy, the chi, however you want to call it, that universal life force. But breathe in the energy. Take some time to breathe. If life feels hectic, what's one thing that you can control right now? Breathing in and breathing out. We also have soul lesson here with your sacral chakra about surrender. And it says here, it's playing your song. So here's your heart, right? It's playing your song. It knows the song that you need to move to, the rhythm of your heart, what you need to dance to is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing with this idea of surrender. Many of us put up walls in terms of our psychic selves as well, or what we think, or what our third eye is getting. Sometimes we think we're making it up. We don't trust ourselves. And when we don't trust ourselves, we are certainly not in a state of surrender. I think it's important here to know what I heard is going with the flow. That idea of that state of surrender means that we know that whatever is meant to happen for us in this world is going to happen. We are doing what we can in our power to achieve our goals. We need to surrender the fears that things aren't going to work out for us. Here it says incomparable, which is not comparable. Admitting of no comparison with others, without peer or equal, matchless, peerless, transcendent. No two are the same. Surrender to who you are. I heard don't try to conform, don't try to fit in, be who you are, because you're going to magnetically attract your tribe to you. Breathing in this good ass prana. keep hearing that guy's voice, the infinite water guy. But this peacock as well, as I heard, is show yourself. Show yourself in your true colors, all the vibrancy that you have. Don't hide that away from the world. We'd love to see it. So you have I am who I am, our crown chakra, the gift of command with our throat chakra, and another solar plexus, which is the gift of strength. I think it's really important for you to trust and believe in yourself this month and going forward, every day of your world, to trust and believe in yourself. But there's something here, there may have been something underlying where you felt like either your words don't hold authority, your voice doesn't count, or just what I'm feeling is like kind of a block in self-confidence. So I'm going to read this card to you, but I also want to know, or I also want you guys to know, it's not to know, but to you guys to know, this is really important. Your words have power. What you say has power. How we talk to ourselves has power, because some of these things is if we tell ourselves that we're not going to accomplish our goals, that we are too weak to keep going or to stay through with this course of action. If we tell ourselves that we can't do it, probably won't do it. Tell yourself you're strong. Give yourself that self-confidence. Give yourself that believe in yourself, and remind yourself just how powerful you are. So I'm going to grab the book. They're also asking me to read to you this gift of commands as well. So I grabbed the wrong book here. Let's see. First off, I opened straight up to the gift of commands, so I feel like that's a message from Spirit. I'm going to hold it up for you if you want to look at the image here. Oops, sorry. If I trigger you throughout this, take it as something you needed to hear, or something that is showing something that's been buried, right? Some unconscious thing that needed to come up. Use it in your day-to-day. How can you use this going forward? How did it trigger you? What nerve did it hit? Why? Why is it triggering you? And what can you do in your personal world to create healing around this as an opportunity, okay? The purpose of life is to command time and space. The time given and the space designated to you from the get-go, fulfilling your Dharma. If you don't know what Dharma is, it's your life path. You just need to show up and keep up, ensuring that your identity, personality, mind, body, and spirit are in your command. Having command of your thoughts is the most effective way to face your life and excel. When you hold positive vibrations, you also attract them. Positive words and sounds are very powerful tools for realizing prosperity. This card indicates guidance to focus on learning to truly master all of your communications. It's time for you to feel and acknowledge the power of all spoken words, including positive affirmations, the seed sounds, mantras, and chanting. Find the courage in your heart to speak honestly with love and to become more sensitive to the way sound shifts energy and what is manifested as a result of those sounds. I also want you guys, one thing that you could do is, as you're saying words, as things are coming out of your mouth, as you're having conversations, to know, how do they make you feel? Pay attention to the power there as well, because if you're saying things that you can feel, you're stripping yourself of your own power, or if you can feel you're stripping someone else of their power, use this empowered vulnerability as well to know that these words really do hold a lot of power, like I said, but there's emphasis. So trying to keep positive words, positive vibrations. It's not saying that life's going to be all friggin' happy and roses all the time and like peachy. It's just saying that you are in control of your thoughts, even though sometimes we don't think we are. If negative or self-depleting thoughts come in, one thing that you can do is notice it. Go, I feel that. And rewrite the script. Change it with 3 different things. So if you're saying, you know what, I'm not good enough for that job, I'm not going to apply, you could change this around to be like, I trust and believe in myself. I can do anything I put my mind to. I am worthy of my dreams and my desires. I am going to put myself forward without trying not to hold an attachment to an outcome, right? So this isn't putting out any vibes of I'm not getting it, right? You could also positive affirmations, follow those mantras. This job is mine. The financial security will be mine. Things like that, okay? So it says a suggested practice is to create your own affirmations. Find words that mean something to you that you can use to create the basic rules of your conduct. Once you have come to an agreement with yourself to define your own nobility, you can command your mind to follow that conduct. One thing I'm also hearing, and to share with you guys actually, is inside of my cupboard where my cups are, I like to keep my list of affirmations. So for me right now, I'm trying to focus on getting my body a little bit more healthy, my mind as well, and just balance. And so on my piece of paper, I have written my affirmations. I've written, I eat healthy food, I drink enough water, I get daily exercise, I love myself, I love my family, I love my children, I am calm, I remember to breathe. Things like this, that they can really make huge changes. So whether you put it on your bathroom mirror with little sticky notes, whether you're putting it in front of your coffee pot in the morning, just remember that there's so much power in our words. So remember the gift of command, that we can also change the way that we're thinking. If we're finding ourselves in these negative loopholes, we can switch that out and put a positive spin on it. Again, always trust and believe in yourself, my friends. I'm feeling like also I want to share, because trust and believe has been something that I'm currently following the Let's Get Up program on Beachbody by Shaun T. If anybody knows him, he is so awesome and so motivational and so positive. And one of the things that he says in all of them is trust and believe in yourself, because especially when you're working out, right, and you're pushing your muscles and you're going past a point where you think that is actually you want to or is comfortable, there's something very important that you find there. And this is, I think, part of your personal power as well. So not about working out, but for some of you it may be really, really helpful, okay, just to release some stress and to help you gain a little bit more self-confidence within yourself and to feel those feelings of self-worth. So the bottom here is body worship. And I think that's also really important. She is actually a mermaid in this one, but I think that this is keeping your body as a temple, treating it the way it needs to be treated, putting foods in it that you feel are good for you, and really paying attention to when you eat something, or again, this is not just what we eat physically. We're feeding our mind when we speak to ourselves, when we think certain things, how we act spiritually as well. All of these different things. But to know as well that in this physical world, in this physical reality, without your body, you wouldn't be able to experience all the wonder of this world. So know that it's a temple. Know that it is a shrine. Underneath that, they have dance here as well, with the gift of dance. For some of you, I feel like you may feel a whole lot more energized if you dance. I'm also hearing the words Just Dance, so you can get the game Just Dance, but adding movement to your body and expressing joy in a physical way. So the other card, I apologize if you hear any background noise, I am outside, but the other one that we have that I was going to read to you is the gift of strength. So I'm going to open that up here now to the gift of strength. All right. The best thing you can do for your health is strengthen your nervous system. This is not just about exercising your body or performing for others. It's adhering to a wise daily practice that moves your body in ways that require courage. Develop stamina and change the patterns of your mind. The navel point found in the solar plexus region must be engaged at all times, especially during strengthening, engaged, not enraged. Oh my gosh, some of you, that could have been a total Freudian slip. For some of you, there may be some belly, anger. And this is sometimes places where we feel it when we get really, really mad and somebody's pissing us off or saying something that grouches you out. Where do you feel that? Right at that belly button. Okay? But right at your belly button. So this needs to be engaged. That core, the core of who you are when you're walking, when you're working out, right? When you're doing things, engaging your core, because this is your strength. So develop stamina and change the patterns of your mind. The navel point found in the solar plexus must be engaged at all times, especially during strengthening exercises. It is ideal to work determinately to access and activate the infinite strength found here, facilitating a balancing of this energy center every day. The lower chakras tend to hold a lot of stuck energy, generally from fears and childhood experiences or traumas in your childhood. The ganglia of nerves at the base of your spine may need to unravel for you to tap into your potential. When you intentionally move the life force up from the lower triangle of your centers to the upper chakras, you will gain a particular strength and flexibility that will bring youthfulness to your presence. Once you can sustain energy in the higher chakras, life will be easier and far more enjoyable. Your nervous system is strengthened when you operate from your higher energy centers. You will be steadier, calmer, and consistently focused on living in true happiness. For some of you guys, whatever's going on right now, there's a huge change happening. Change happens with you first. And again, I keep hearing just trust and believe in the strength that you have, my friends. So I am going to pull some cards now. I have the Chakra Wisdom Tarot here. If that part resonated with you, awesome. If it didn't, just go about your day, my friends, right? But I do think it's really, really important in terms of what they were talking about with your nervous system and having trust in yourself. Exercise really does help. It helps our mental abilities, our mental structures, our heads, our brains, clear your mind. If you have a lot of, I heard traumas, if you have a lot of anxiety, this really helps as well. If you're getting to a point where you're going to have an anxiety attack, get out and go for a walk, do something physical, because it's going to take your mind off that. It's creating a response in your body, as well as myself, I find it really does calm my nerves. So when I have anxiety especially, that workout is really, really important. But if you guys are feeling like just not comfortable in your own skin, get moving. Not in a way that's trying to change your body to lose weight and to have it in a way that's making yourself feel diminished, but to make yourself feel better, joyous, to bring that joy back into your body. So let me see here what we have. Spirit, what messages would you like to share? What is some guidance you have for Aquarius for July 2021 going forward, please? What messages would you like anyone who's watching to know? There's another Aquarius. Thank you. So you have the Six of Cups. For some of you, this is return back to that love of yourself. Or coins, sorry. Not cups. Coins. They want me to look at the bottom, though. It's the Seven of Cups, not the Six of Cups. The Seven of Cups, I feel like she's dreaming, right? She's thinking about all of the different possibilities, and this is definitely in that etheric realm with the purple here. The Six of Coins, though, is about being stable and grounded in the truth of who you are. Since this is the Chakra Wisdom Tarot as well, you do have that beautiful blue. This is making sure to express your truth, to know that your truth is valid. I heard also that you're sane, but I mean, you know that, right? But sometimes I think we all, especially if you are receiving a lot of downloaded information, may question your sanity at times. If you have a lot of kids running around the house or a lot of stress going on, you may feel like, oh my gosh, I need a break. This stuff that they're talking about in the self-love oracle, this one, really is about finding balance in who you are, finding mental stability and taking care of yourself so you can be the true and best version of yourself. I feel like Spirit wants you to know you're good, baby. You're good. Stay grounded in the truth of who you are. Abundance is going to naturally flow to you. And this is one of these things that not to hold on to an attachment of it being financial, whereas this may be something seriously that we need, but it may come in different ways. If you're looking for a place, you could practice some positive affirmations like, the most suitable house for me and my family and my price range and my budget is going to come to me, you know, things like that. But I think this is important that while we stay grounded, we're also looking at different options that we have. And I think this is also kind of asking you to think about the fact that maybe things that you haven't thought about before could actually make you really happy. Happiness is, I heard, not subjective. It is subjective because what makes me happy is not what's going to make you happy, maybe, right? And what makes somebody else happy may not be the thing that's going to make anyone else happy. But this is one of these things that I feel like instead of focusing on what's not here, we want to focus on the possibilities and the choices that we have at hand. So, Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about the Six of Coins, please? Messages, do you have more? Thank you. The Ace of Swords. Some of this is just going to start with a whole new mindset, a whole new way of thinking. For some of you, this is a conversation that's going to get to the root cause of an issue. It could even be an understanding of something that has happened from the root. And when they talk about childhood traumas, this is root chakra. This is something that we're holding in our root because it has informed us on how we see the world. It's created situations and formed the foundation of who we are. So I think that even for some of us to come back into balance, and while we're in balance, we're going to see new truths that maybe we just hadn't seen before, and I think they're really going to rock us to the core. So tell me more about this Ace of Swords, please. Okay, so 2 cards flew out. You have the 8 of Swords, releasing cyclical thinking, and the 6 of Wands, victory, my friends. 6 of Wands, 6 of Coins. You have fire, you have passion, and it's grounded, and it's something that's here to stay. And I do feel like this is moving forward. A lot of the exercise stuff that was coming up in this, and a lot of the taking care of your body and rewriting those scripts, it's because we may have been mentally entrapped. And like I said, cyclical thinking of just telling ourselves things that potentially they weren't. I heard they're not ours to believe. It could have been other people's programming, stuff like that, keeping you upset or down. Another one of the things I heard is like narcissistic, if we've ever experienced a narcissistic abuse or anything like that, where we've had another person really try to tear us down. This is stuff where we need to see those for what they are and be like, that's their problem, not mine. I'm pretty great, and I love myself just the way I am, because I think that's really where you're going to find this victory. So do the things that bring passion to your life and excite you. I'm going to bring a message here. I have the past life oracle. I felt like really drawn to bring this. So I'm going to ask, what lessons are we learning here? What past life lessons? And we have knighthood. Is there another message here? Thank you. A lot of them. Spouse. Unrequited love. Wisdom with the unicorn. Phobias. Health. Ships. For some of you, a lot, because all of these fell out together. Knighthood was separate. I think you're learning a lot. For some of you, you could be looking at an old relationship, a current relationship, looking at the patterns and the current ties between current spouses. Health issues is here. Phobias, ships. For what I'm hearing too is there could definitely be a fear of moving on. Somebody experiencing bad health, and it could be something that just happens all the time. It could be if you have, I heard, an autoimmune disease or anything like that too. Some of this stuff literally could be tied to past life issues. It's not saying that your body doesn't experience these things, but there could be karmic ties to the past for some of the issues and explain some of the things. For some of you, that may have to do with this as well, that you're in a toxic relationship or have been in a toxic relationship, that definitely you've been through lifetimes with that person before, and this is asking you to learn wisdom. As well as in terms of spouse, if you feel like your relationship is not grounded or not balanced, this is where we're learning how to communicate, right? We're learning how to talk. We're learning how to make sure that this love is mutual. The unrequited love and spouse here as well. For some of you, there could have been divorce, For some of you, there could have been just feeling like, again, being left with feeling unworthy or not good enough. Especially, I heard like if somebody's cheated on you or something like that. But I want you guys to know if that happened, that's not because of anything or deficiency with you. That's something that they had to work out. And I know that life lessons sometimes are hard and they suck, but I think knighthood was the most important thing here. So I'm actually going to read to you knighthood, and let me see here what we have. Once a knight, always a knight. Many of you guys, I heard knight in shining armor, many of you guys may have a long lineage of trying to save everyone else but yourselves. So now in this lifetime, it's time to focus on being good to you, being valiant to you, and being the knight, the shining armor for you to pick yourself up, my friends, and be steadfast. Once a knight, always a knight. You receive this card as validation of your inner knighthood. Whether you're a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. Most likely you've long had a fascination with tales and images of knights. You may collect knight figures, decorate with knight-related artwork, or even dress up as a knight during costume parties. In relationships and career, you're drawn to defend those who are weak and vulnerable. You may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or protective role. It's essential that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. As a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect, otherwise you're not happy. And for some of you guys with this, with the unrequited love, with the spouse, there may be issues and health phobias. There may be issues where you have stuck to something because you are loyal that tore you down, and now's the time to learn the wisdom, to see the truth, to see the good things, because yes, we've all had bad things in our world, and it's not like, focusing on the good things is going to erase those things. We learn the lessons from the bad things. We learn the lessons from the places where we feel like we need a little bit of growth. We see the wisdom, we see with the bigger picture, with an open heart, and remember that we're not just here to defend everyone else. We're here as well to defend ourselves. If you feel like you're in a constant state of defending yourself, though, I feel like Spirit's really asking you again to see the wisdom here and to figure out how you can move on from the situation. But I think for a lot of you, you may actually find too that if the knighthood rung a bell, like if you feel like you're always standing up for someone, this may be for you, and it may be awareness. So this is the mermaid oracle. I love her because she's a chubby mermaid. Absolutely love this mermaid. Awareness. Bringing awareness to your thoughts, your feelings. And again, if like knighthood, if you're always trying to save other people, this is bringing awareness that sometimes you can't. Especially if we're in a toxic relationship, if we're with someone who we see needs a lot of healing, that's not our job to do it. We're not a parent, right? We're in relationships to be in a relationship. It does not mean that we need to save this person or fix them or anything like that. I feel like the relationships that are best for us are going to be like that alchemical relationship where, there are two givers coming together, and the healing can happen in that relationship and in that capacity. There may have been a situation, though, definitely relationship, spouse, marriage related for you, that's caused a lot of issues. That is where we're coming out of, even potentially here with this looking at the options, could be also confusion on your heart. But I think that if that also resonates, that there's been that relationship, you're going to be her tortured soul with this 8 of Swords. You're going to be seeing this differently now. And a lot of this does come from just seeing the lessons that came. Rather than looking at it as in a small way and that this person did this and it tore me down, I will admit, my friends, I am a survivor of a narcissistic relationship that literally, I consider myself a pretty strong person, but that one took me down and it made me feel pretty worthless at the time, and I treated myself pretty freaking crappy. And I feel like realizing that that person and their way of viewing me and their way of treating me really had nothing to do with me, it was something wrong with them, changed my world. And I think that for some of you, that's definitely what's happening. So last message I'm going to bring is I have the energy oracle and some energy that would help you along this supporting. You have woman holding a heart. So for some of you, this could be a woman in your life who you hold a dear place for, that holds a dear place for you. We also have Archangel Metatron and your sixth sense, so right in here. A lot of you, I think this is even yourself, whether you identify as a man or woman, that's not as what this is about. It's not necessarily gender, but it is holding an open heart and honoring yourself truly, moving towards the directions that are right for you. And I think this is also important, following your inner calling, because it's going to lead you to your heart's desires. You have the angel of balance under here as well. Everything in balance, my friends. This includes relationships. Something else I'm hearing with this woman holding the heart is that if this is you, excuse me, making sure that we're operating, we're living in a state of balance, so that if another comes into our world and we experience another like whirlwind romance or anything like that, we're keeping ourselves in check. We're not losing ourselves in the process. So that's the message I have for you. I hope it resonated. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.